Congressman Wilson, what is the strongest reason Belgrade should not host the 2027 OSCE Parliamentary Assembly meeting, according to you?
Now, a concern I would have about having in Belgrade, Serbia, is that it's, to me, the term I use is undue influence by war criminal Putin in the country of Serbia, which I say sadly, I'm not delighted, but indeed, Serbia still buys oil and gas from war criminal Putin. The national oil company, sadly there, NIS, has been bought by war criminal Putin. Additionally, there is undue influence by the Chinese Communist Party in terms of communications and other investments. And then to make it even more obnoxious to me is an association with the dictatorship in Tehran. And so over and over again, Serbia has indicated for years an association with the Khomeini dictatorship and understanding that indeed the enemies of freedom in the world, Serbia should, as particularly a country that should be so great and should be part of the EU, should be actually part of NATO. And I've just returned from Slovenia. How exciting it is to see former Yugoslav republics do so well. And then I'm so grateful. I know the success of Croatia. And then I'm really hoping for Montenegro and also for Northern Macedonia. Hey, over and over again, we want, and Kosovo, I've been to Pristina, and their independence to me is very important. And sadly, the threats from Serbia are just truly in the 21st century should not occur. And a way to do that is for a breaking of the relationship and influence by war criminal Putin in Serbia, to break the influence of the Chinese Communist Party, which is so insidious, and to stop any association with the dictatorship in Tehran, which has every intent of death to America.
Do you have enough support in Congress or in Trump's administration to reserve the decision on Belgrade and the OSCE summit? But generally speaking, according to your answer, I must ask, do you have support enough for changing an American approach to Serbia? And I must mention as well that 10 days ago, Washington and Belgrade launched strategic dialogue.
My view is that indeed, what I'm doing is first in favor of America hosting the 2027 Parliamentary Assembly. That is my 98% of my interest. But at the same time, I am concerned about the undue influence of war criminal Putin in Serbia. Gosh, Belgrade should be a part of modern Western civilization, as I did see in Ljubljana.
Calling actually for not only for moving of OSCE meeting, but also are you calling U.S. Reconsider its wider political, military, or economic relationship with Serbia?
We know what a historic country that is, and how positive it can be and should be. Even during the Cold War, there was a level of independence there from Moscow. That independence should be reinforced, not allowed to continue, so that however it can be achieved, there should be a full association with the European Union, with NATO. But it's time to break the relationships with the dictatorships of Beijing or Moscow or Tehran. The world's changing. Hey, we see it. Dictators are on the run. Assad has moved from Syria to Moscow. Maduro's in jail in New York. Khomeini's dead. He's with the 40,000 people he murdered earlier this year. And so the dictators are on the run. It's now time for Syria for Serbia to be part of Western civilization, because Western civilization will prevail.
If you're talking from the perspective of Belgrade, and I'm sure that you would, if you are talking with some of them, you would hear some this kind of comment. For example, Belgrade did some steps. Belgrade is in the process of negotiation with Russia on stopping. Let's give the explanation simpler. You mentioned import of Russian oil to Serbia, and also Belgrade in communication with Washington regarding that. Do you think you mentioned import of Russian oil to Serbia, and also Belgrade in communication with Washington regarding that? Do you think it's good sign? Do you think it's enough?
No. Negotiations are not enough. Come on. They can act unilaterally. They don't need to get permission from Donald Trump. Come on. We see, indeed, Hungary is making every step to stop purchase of oil and gas. Thank God. We know that the country of Bulgaria is actually removing the influence of Russian oil companies, company there, Lukoil. And so over and over again, countries are showing their disdain for the mass murder being conducted by war criminal Putin. And the way to stop this is to not finance war criminal Putin. And this extends to not just Serbia, but India. And I'm really grateful that President Trump is working with the country of India to shift purchase from Russia. This is a worldwide effort, and Serbia should not have to negotiate. Serbia should be just doing it because it's the right thing to do to promote freedom and democracy in the world.